there was so many times where, you know, I really didn't like myself and really didn't like who I was as a person, because all the images that would be displayed throughout the media, it wasn't me. It wasn't me at all. And I was thinking like, hey, well, how come there's not curly hair girls or Afro textured hair girls in these magazines and in these ads? I'm JasMoseley Beal, and this is my natural hair story. I always wanted to be one of those girls that was in the Pantene Pro V commercials and had their hair just like shining and the camera panning, flowing through each individual lock. But when I was a kid, there was not women who looked like me or even had my hair that were on those commercials. And I felt like, hey, like I would never have a chance of doing anything like that. I thought I would do a different take on the natural hair journey. I didn't want to do all of the different photos of me throughout my life, so I figured I would do a natural hair story and let you all know why I decided to go back literally to my roots and become natural. I was born in the late 80s, 1989 to be exact, and I grew up in the 90s. There was not a lot of natural hair care products on the market back in those days. Mainly the closest thing you would get to natural hair products was the S-curl or even the Jerry curl, and that was still a process where you had to use a ton of chemicals. So the big thing, especially within the Black and Latino community, was having a hair relaxer. When I was a kid, especially when I started going to school, like a lot of the girls that I would go to school with had like long, silky, blonde hair that would just flow in the wind, and my hair was not moving or flowing anywhere. I used to want my hair to like flow in the wind, just like these girls I was neighbors with. I was always a visual person and I always loved TV. So when I would look at TV and see the commercials like the Vidal Sassoon commercials and the Pantene commercials, I did not see a representation of myself or even of my hair type. Afro textured hair, you would not see like the face of Vidal Sassoon as a woman of color with big like Afro textured hair or a big fro. So I remember this was around 1998. I was in the 4th grade and I begged my mom for a relaxer. Granted, my mom wanted to give me a relaxer because my hair is extremely thick and it's curly, and my mom wasn't having it. So I would beg my mom for a relaxer. I wanted to look like the girls in the magazines and the TV, so I got my first relaxer. My hair was actually silky smooth and straight, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so amazing. My hair was super long, like I'd never seen it stretched out like that. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm like the girls in the magazines and on television. I'm closer to that standard of beauty now with the straighter, long hair. With chemical processes, you're supposed to trim your hair and so forth, and we didn't know any of that. So my hair actually gradually broke off to my neck by the time I was 12 years old. When I was about 13 or so, like you could really see the damage. My hair went through like a ton of just stuff. Like it was crazy. In high school, I went to a hairdresser and my hair actually started growing back again. And at the longest, before I went to college, it was past my bra strap going towards my waist. The only heat I would ever use on my hair was a blow dryer. So when I got to college, I did not know how to take care of my hair. Like I just had no clue how to take care of my hair at all. I didn't know how often to wash it. I didn't know when you're supposed to condition it. Like I had to figure out a lot of stuff. And this was before YouTube tutorials got popular and talked about like the whole beauty aspect of this is what you do for your hair when it's relaxed, and this is how you care for your hair, that's how often you trim. So I actually bought my first flat iron because between processes I did not know what to do. Like my roots would be curly, then they'd be straight, and I was afraid to do my own relaxer at the time. So I got a flat iron, and then I started using it. I was like, oh, this is great, like this is amazing. And I would go home for break and go see my hairdresser and make sure that I had my hair relaxed at the roots. My hair actually started thinning around that time because I was using a ton of heat. I was blow drying, I was flat ironing every day, sometimes twice a day, just to make sure that my hair was as flat and as smooth as possible. I really saw the damage towards my junior year of college, and this was 2009. Fast forward into 2011, so 2011 time frame, I did my last relaxer. That was a relaxer I did myself. And I remember doing this relaxer because this was the night before my now husband met my parents. So we were dating at the time, and I did it, and I said, you know what, I'm just done. Like, I was tired of seeing my hair looking so bad. It was just stringy, over-processed. It looked horrible. And I said enough was enough. So I actually stopped relaxing my hair. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just stopped relaxing my hair in 2011. This was a few weeks shy of me turning 22. Around August of 2011, I met this young lady who was my roommate at the time. Her name is Adrian, and she comes in and she has this beautiful, big, curly fro, the prettiest hair I've ever seen in my life. That's what really caused me to just go 100% into being natural. She used to straighten her hair every once in a while, and her hair was so thick and it was full, and it just looked completely gorgeous. It looked like unreal. So I decided that, hey, I'm gonna take this seriously and just go natural. So I stopped relaxing my hair. I didn't do anything to it. I just let my ends grow out. And after I graduated in 2012, I went and cut my hair. I got an angle bob, and it was really low cut in the back. It was like shaved partially in the back, then it was stacked up, and then I had like the longest layer was like probably to the bottom of my chin, right about here. I at that time was finding myself, and I knew that beauty does not necessarily equate to hair, but in terms of hair health, I rather have healthy short hair than long, broken, damaged, just stringy hair. I'm like, I don't want to have wispy, stringy hair and it's long just to say that I have long hair and not cut it. Then I decided to experiment with color since I became completely natural, and so I decided to dye my hair a blonde color. So it was a dark blonde, probably about a 7 or so, and it was darker on the bottom and then lighter around the top. And then, you know, I did red for a little bit, but I was using bleach at that time, so I wasn't necessarily seeing the maximum growth because, one, I was still learning what products work with my hair and what products do not. One product that works on one person's hair may not work on my own, and I definitely learned that. I knew that certain products that one beauty guru used did not necessarily work on my hair, and then some things didn't. So I said, you know what, I have to learn on my own what works for me and really just listen to my hair and see how my hair feels after I use certain products, learn how to co-wash. I mean, it took years. And when I say years, I did not get the natural hair care routine down in terms of moisture retention, sealing the moisture and so forth until I was about 27. And I'm turning 28 this year. So it literally took me between the age of 22 to 27, this 5-year span, to understand how to care for my natural hair texture. I have never been so in love with my hair until now. I don't necessarily feel like I have to wear my hair straight in order to walk out into society. Granted, I will, straighten my hair every once in a while. I actually haven't straightened it in the last 3 months. I just never felt the need to. But, I'll do different styles where I might wear a wig or I might wear a weave. I understand now that what just sprouts out of my scalp is okay. I am so excited to see that, like, when I look at different publications and look at different commercials, there are women who have their natural hair out, and that's beautiful. There was a point in time when I was growing up, you would never see hair like this on a commercial. My curly, whirly, kinky type hair is beautiful. It's amazing. I just want every young girl to know that who you are is beautiful, and never let someone tell you that what comes out of your scalp is just bad. There's no such thing as good hair and bad hair. All hair is beautiful. Healthy hair is beautiful.